Okay, example 5 says solve cotangent squared of x plus cosecant squared of x minus 7 equals 0. What are we going to do here? Well, we could, but I need to probably be easier to change them both to cotangents or both of them to cosecants. We get two different trig functions going on. So look at your identities there. And it doesn't matter to me. I would probably go with cosecant just because it's the reciprocal of sine, so it's going to be easier to find on my unit circle at the end. But let's change one of them. So tell me, what is cotangent squared in terms of cosecant?
Cosecant minus 1.
Good. Cotangent squared is cosecant squared minus 1. It's that last Pythagorean identity. So cosecant squared minus 1. And then we got plus our cosecant squared of x minus 7 equals 0. What can we do now?
7 and 1.
What's that?
Add the 7 and 1.
Good. Combine like terms. So we got cosecant squared plus cosecant squared, which is
2 cosecant squared.
and then we got negative 1 minus 7, which is equals 0. Help me.
Cosecant squared of x equals 0.
No, let's just get cosecant squared by itself. I mean, you could change it to u if you want to, but I think y'all can handle this one. So we got 2 cosecant squared of x equals 8, because we added it. And then what? So when we divide by 2, we get cosecant squared of x equals 4. Square root it. So cosecant of x is equal to, and good, so plus or minus 2. But now, we don't deal a lot with our reciprocal functions on our unit circle, do we? But let's take the reciprocal of them. So what's the reciprocal of cosecant? Sine. So if I take the reciprocal of one side, take the reciprocal of the other. What's the reciprocal of 2? 1/2. So I'm looking for where sine is a positive or a negative 1/2. Because they're both, well, cosecant, we don't know them using our ordered pairs, do we? Dealing with cosecant. It's always sine and cosine. So I can use the reciprocal, though. Remember, as long as what you do to one side of the equation, you do to the other side, it's okay. So because I took the left side and I took its reciprocal, I also went ahead and took the reciprocal of the right side. Now, on my unit circle, what is sine? Is it x or y? Y. So I'm looking for where my y's are a positive 1/2 or a negative 1/2.
So sine is y and cosine is
X, yes.
And what is
Tangent is y over x. That's why I didn't want to go to cotangent, because then I could have done the same thing. I'd have switched it to tangent, but then we have to do work, because we have to take x's and y's and see which ones would give us whatever number it was. All right, so tell me, where is sine equal to a positive or negative 1/2 in the first quadrant? What about in the second quadrant?
Wait, what? Y? 5 and 6, right?
Is it pi over 3 or pi over 6?
Oh, my bad.
Yep, we're looking for the y, so it is pi over 6. Thank you. And so where is it in quadrant 2? Good. What about quadrant 3? Yeah. 7 pi over 6. And what about quadrant 4? Now, this one didn't have me restricted. It didn't say from 0 to 2 pi, did it? So this is where we put the plus 2 pi in. But what do you notice about pi over 6 and 7 pi over 6? They're straight across. They're how far from each other? Pi. So we could say our x is equal to pi over 6 plus pi n, since the one directly across from it's included.